Hello, this is Ken Bodicher, also known as BadKen in the BattleForge forums and Carch in the game. A while back someone asked on the forums, and I don't remember who, sorry, for some help doing Mo, the single-player PVE map, using only Frost cards. I already have a replay of Mo up on YouTube. It's from the first community challenge, and Pobby finished the map in record time. But I figured I'd go ahead and give it a shot using Frost. I've been doing a nature series, but we won't do a nature run through for this map. Actually, nature makes this map really easy, even in expert difficulty, because once you get the third orb, you just start collecting power, and you can use Enlightenments to get Era 4 units, and you just fly through the end of the map with a bunch of great Wyrms, and it's very easy. Using Frost, though, Frost doesn't really have any strong flyers, so until Era 4, and you can't build them before Era 4. So at the beginning here, it's pretty straightforward. I stole some tricks from Pobby, just using Mo by himself. I used the little 3-building charge there to take all 3 buildings out at once. Basically, you just, use Mo, kill stuff, stop by the wells to heal as needed, and put up towers by the first power wells to defend it against the birds that are going to come through the rest of the map. Once I get my second orb, I start building juice tanks. Juice tanks give you 40% extra power from your wells. You get it at the same rate, but you get 40% more total. There I used a Cult Snap Smell, and I missed one of the Bandit Lieutenants. Extra damage there. The other Bandit Lieutenant is heading off to the west, and he's going to get killed by the towers, but not before he is able to take out my power well that I just built there, which kind of sucks. Cost me 100 power. Mo is able to take care of the rest of the bandits with no problem, though. Now he's going to stand by this well for a little while and heal. Now that I have Era 3, I'm bringing in Kobold Engineers. They're going to keep those towers repaired for the rest of the map so that I won't require any more defense there. Although at the second power well, eventually I will need 2 strongholds to hold it against the Sky Hunter attacks that come later on. There's the first stronghold. Mo is pulling down the first couple groups of bandits from the middle area here, and then I brought in some Sky Elf Sages. And flying units during this section are really great. They can take out all of the bandit birds, the bonsai birds, and they can kill this gun placement without any damage to themselves. The guns can't fire on flying units. After that, Mo comes in and takes out the anti-air tower, and then clears out the rest of the units and the other towers on the right there. He hangs out next to that power well because it's a safe place from the bonsai birds, even though he has those Sky Elf Sages protecting him from the bonsai birds. Bring him up and grab this gold well, and then I'm going to build a stronghold here to hold off the bonsai bird attacks when I go and attack the bonsai lord. Again, he's just tries to go and pull the bonsai lord there and doesn't get him. He's using the Sky Elf Sages to protect him from the bonsai birds as he goes and tries to pull things. He ended up having to kill one of the Nox Trooper, I guess it's a bandit sniper. So 4th time's a charm here, and he gets the bandit lord to follow him, and I put as many buffs on Mo as I can there. I gave him home soil and gave him his roar buff, and gave him an ice shield too. And he goes in and charges and kills the rest of the buildings, and we build up the 2 power wells here. Now I'm going to speed up the replay a little bit while I build up the army. It takes quite a while here to build up a full-strength force. I notice I've got 2 strongholds up at the second power well there, and I put a stronghold up by the first orb, and I'm going to put a couple of strongholds up there and some units because a Tortagun, that Moloch-looking creature, is going to come in there later while I'm in the middle of fighting bandits. So you have to defend the first orb against him. Anyway, my force for attacking the bandits' camps are just a bunch of avatars of Frost. They have very strong attack. They got that shield, which gives them lots of bonus health, and they can attack air and ground units because they're extra large sized. And I'm bringing some Mountaineers to take out buildings. Mountaineers combined with a shield are able to take out pretty much any of the towers in there. And I'm keeping a bunch of units of Sky Elf Sages there to back these guys up. They're actually kind of fragile, so you have to be careful with them because there's a lot of anti-air in the Bandit area, but they're good against the bird patrols that come in periodically. Down in the southwest, I should have another stronghold going in there. And for starters, I think I didn't put any units there eventually. I thought that 3 strongholds would be enough, but it's not really. You need some units to back up a couple of strongholds there. Go over and drop the wall, and the first patrol comes up right away. So in this section, the important things to remember are use the spells as much as possible. Keep your air units out of range of any anti-air because there's a lot of it. And keep your units together so you can focus on a small group of bandits at a time. So they tend to come in groups, and they will overwhelm you if you get too many of them around you. There, Mo tried to charge on that gun position, and he got hung up on the wall. It's kind of a problem with Mo is pathfinding. What happened there was the bandit lieutenant gave him a cannon blast, knocked him up against the wall, and then he couldn't charge. He had to go and take out the gun the slow way. Now I've got a shield up, and I'm bringing in the Mountaineers to take out this first tower that's near this area. Meanwhile, the Avatars of Frost are just slicing and dicing pretty much everything in sight, backed up by the Sky Elf Sages. Again, I try to make sure here that the forces don't get separated too far apart, because they can support each other very well, and they don't want to get surrounded by a whole lot of uncrowd-controlled units doing damage at them all at the same time. One problem that I ran into while doing this part of the map was, I think it's a bug that Mo, maybe it's after he gets frozen or after he charges, sometimes he just stops attacking things. He'll just stand there and you have to manually direct him to attack things. It's kind of a pain, but all you really have to do is keep an eye on it. And since you're not doing really a whole lot of multitasking in this part of the map, although the fighting is pretty frenzied, you should be able to keep tabs on Mo pretty easily. I was spending quite a bit of time here fighting right next to this gun position and getting pounded by the gun position, but it doesn't really matter with the Avatars of Frost. They have their shields refreshed periodically, so the gun position only took down their shields. Didn't really harm them. The Mountaineers behind the ice shield were able to take out the gun position without a problem. And again, keeping everybody together makes these bandits much easier to take care of. And also, I'm using a combination of Frost Shard and Cold Snap for crowd control. Frost Shard is good for the smaller groups, the archers, or the groups of birds that have bonsai birds with them, because the Frost Shard itself will actually kill a couple of units and do significant damage to the rest. And then it's really quick to finish up. The Mountaineers came in and took out another tower, but then they had to run from a patrol that was coming. I'm gradually trying to work my way down to the south here. The objective is to take out the gun positions in the south and the lieutenants in the south, and then that will break the bandits' morale all the way. I keep having to retreat though because the patrols are coming in so quickly. I guess I'm just not killing them quickly enough to get my Mountaineers down there. Now here I have 4 patrols coming at me at once, 3 ground patrols and bird patrol. So it's getting really hairy here. I'm using all the buffs and spells that I can. I use Mo's attack power buff there, firing off Cold Snap as much as I can, and bringing in the Sky Elves to support. The only thing that I'm not doing here that I probably could have done was bring the Mountaineers into the back, because the Mountaineers have a knockback for small units, so that would have been good to deal with some of the archers and shamans that were on the left-hand side of that group. But eventually I was able to chew through that group. Only one of my avatars got damaged, and he's healing up by that ice barrier that I put up. Oh yeah, another thing, ice barrier and home soil as much as possible. Just keep all your spells up, keep all your buffs up, and you'll be able to take these guys out. If you don't, you get surrounded and you run out of energy, run out of power for spells. That's where you get in big trouble. Now I'm retreating my Mountaineers so they can heal up. Another 3 patrol group here, both at the same time. I've got some horsemen and I got archers, and then I've also got a bird patrol coming in. So I'm able to freeze them at separate times. Use the ice shield for the bulk of the attack. The ice shield combined with the avatar frost shield makes them fairly invincible. And now we're going to slow things down to normal speed because we had 2 big fights going on at once. Well, this one in the south isn't that much of a big fight, but it is critical. The Tortagun comes in and attacks the Frost Orb down there, and I've only got 3 strongholds to hold him back. I haven't got any units in place there yet. I'm retreating my force in the Bandit area to heal them up, bringing in the Mountaineers to try and take down another tower. Meanwhile, the Tortagun is chewing on my strongholds and having a nice snack there. I've got 3 patrols coming at me at once here, and I'm letting myself get surrounded, but it was working okay there. Tortagun went down. I've got 1 stronghold left, but he was able to take the Frost Orb before he went down, so I'm going to have to rebuild that. Getting a little separated here with my units, not that big of an idea. But especially when more patrols keep coming in, that's what can really kill you. If you get your units separated, get them fighting different groups, and then more patrols come in, and your units are spread out all over the place, different patrols will kill them pretty quickly. There we got 4 patrols at once, and I've grouped everybody up near an ice barrier, so I've got home soil going, but Mo is just kind of standing there again, not attacking. I had to manually direct him to attack here. He was crowd controlled for a little while, but for the most part he was just kind of standing there, not attacking. Not good. Would have done a little better if he had been attacking. But with combined forces there, I was able to take out all those groups, and here's another Tortagun. Going back to normal speed for the Tortagun attack. These Mountaineers are trying to take out this gun position, but here comes another Defender, Archer, Shaman patrol to chase them away. Tortagun took out my Frost Orb again. That cost me another 100 power. Fortunately, I'm doing pretty good with power. Because I've had the juice tanks on all of my power wells, I've been able to have them all going at once, and only recently did the first couple of power wells run out. Here I've let myself get surrounded again, and more patrols are coming in. It looks like 4 or 5 maybe even at this point. So I retreat. Let them chase me. Notice that I've lost, it looks like I've lost all my Sky Elves. At this point I haven't rebuilt them. They're fairly fragile, so as soon as the flyers start coming in and lots of archers start coming in, your Sky Elves are not going to last very long unless you're very careful with them, and clearly I wasn't all that careful with them here. I was more focusing on keeping the avatars attacking things and trying to keep Mo attacking things. I tried to bring in the Mountaineers to help with the small units there, but there was a Sky Hunter in the back, and there's nothing the Mountaineers can do against the Sky Hunter, so I had to retreat them again. Send Mo off to deal with that Sky Hunter, while the avatars kill off the rest of the flying units. And some of them are positioned in a way that we can't really reach them, so it's kind of unfortunate that I don't have any flying units right now, because the Sky Elves would be able to reach those birds that are hanging over the cliffs there. Mountaineers are coming back down. I think I was trying to send them after the gun position again, but we have a problem in the south. I didn't rebuild my defenses after the last Tortagun attack, so now he's killed the Orb, he's killed the last stronghold, and I only have a Mountaineer that I built down there to rebuild the monument. Fortunately, I was able to summon some War Eagles really quickly by the towers that I set up for defense against the birds, and while that happened, I killed enough patrols to demoralize the bandits. My plan was to go and get the gun positions and the lieutenants, but it turns out that I was able to hold off defensively enough and had enough attack strength with my avatars that I was able to kill enough patrols to demoralize the bandits. Usually that's a lot harder to do than taking out the gun placements, but for some reason with this replay, I was having difficulty keeping ahead of the spawns of the patrols, so I wasn't able to take out the gun positions and lieutenants quickly enough. Again, the southwest orb falls to another Tortigun attack, even though the bandits retreated from the north. The Tortiguns keep coming in the south, and the birds keep coming in the south. But I'm just using my mountaineers here to mop up. They're taking out all the towers that are left. Need a shield here and there. Need a shield when they go up against a gun placement, but other than that, they can take out any of the towers there pretty easily. And I'm switching between using Silverwind Lancers and Tremors in the south there, mainly because, not for any reason of attack power or anything, because it's an XL unit and I don't really have anything with XL attack power I'm able to summon right at the moment. But it's what I can summon. So I hadn't used any Silverwind Lancers and I hadn't used any Tremors yet, so I was able to summon large groups of them at once. Now I've got the 4th orb up, and I brought in a Dreadnought and a Battleship, and it's just a matter of time clean up here until I can make the final assault on the Command Walker and the Raven ships up in the northeast. And the Dreadnought and Battleship to help the Mountaineers finish off the last of the Bandit buildings, and then let the Mountaineers go. I build a Worldbreaker gun and Sky Elf to buff it. Sky Elf Sage, that is. And I'm going to leave the Avatars of Frost next to this cave where the Soul Hunters spawn from periodically. Defenses are getting a little light in the southwest, but hopefully I'll be able to finish this off before I get too many more attacks down there. Now, using the Battleship's Barrage ability, which has an extremely long range, and is able to reach both the gun placements and the Bandit healing buildings that are in the back of that area. Here comes another Tortigun. I decided to use a crowd control cold snap on him that time to finish him off quickly, because I happened to be paying attention at the time, I guess. As you can see, the extreme range on these Battleship special attack. You can reach all the way to the back of that area, and they don't get attacked at all. Now, I was going to send in my Dreadnought to provide a spotter for my Worldbreaker gun, but he got the attention of the Command Walker, so I'm ending up here having to kill the Command Walker with most of my forces, and it's costing me quite a bit, actually. It cost me all my Avatars and one of my Dreadnoughts. Command Walker fortunately can't attack air, though, so my battleships are just fine. I could go in and attack everybody, but I don't think 3 or 4 battleships would be quite enough to take out all of those Raven ships at once. And I would need to have a ground unit in there to get support from the Worldbreaker gun, so I finally got tired of that Tortigun down there and brought in an Avatar Frost with an XL attack, and he should be able to defend without any trouble against any future ones. I'm running Tremors up here in the north, but not doing a very good job of it. They're not making it. Even that Dreadnought that I just sent in died before I was able to get a Worldbreaker gun shot off. But now I was able to get one Worldbreaker gun shot off. And now I have 5 battleships, and that's enough to take on 3 wounded Raven ships plus 2 full health Raven ships. I'm going to take out the respawn Command Walker first and just get him out of the way, but he's going to come right back in again, so that was kind of a waste of time, really. I was hoping to be able to get some ground units, and I didn't realize that they spawn immediately after you kill them. I thought there was a little bit of a delay, but apparently not. Anyway, I finished off all the Raven ships with my battleships, since the Command Walker can't touch them, and brought in another Dreadnought to help finish off the Command Walker. And there he is, he's done. Got one last Tortigun making a final raid there, but the map is over already. This is far from the most efficient way to complete the map Mo, even with Frost. If I had realized that I would have ended up killing bandit patrols rather than going for the lieutenants and guns, I would have built up towers to back up my units that I could fall back to. more easily deal with the patrols. In any case, I hope you've enjoyed this replay, and I hope you find it helpful.